cheating, I will never tell a lie. If she get me cheating, I will never tell a lie.
I'm still trying to understand. So why, when it comes to cheating, why can't the man have enough balls or be mature enough to bring that to the attention of his partner? Because me, being bisexual, I would much rather my boyfriend or husband to approach me in a situation so I can fucking join in.
Well, yeah, that's a good. No, that's a good question.
But which man? Because I am like that.
Yeah.
So, but which man? You're talking about 99% of men with all the hiding and all the pussy ass. I, as a joke last week, because my cousin was so afraid of getting caught doing what he was doing. He was like, oh, well, if she finds out. I, as a joke last week, invited 8 girls who I read the Bible with to the same party at my house with no other people. Just to prove a point to him. I lost 2, but I was like, girl, you're all here. I know all of you. This is the situation. And I always try to be like that because I don't want anyone living under any
But transparency, the transparency is important, but there's ways to do transparency, right?
Yeah.
So here's how I would, if I was not a man of God and a virgin, which I am because I'm a man of God. If I wasn't a man of God, here's how I'd approach it. I'd never go out and bang a chick and come home to my girlfriend and say, hey, baby, banged a chick. Because I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessary. She doesn't really want to hear it. It's not
they know.
Right. They don't, I just do what I do. But if she caught me, I'd try and hide it the best of my ability.
See, I don't want to catch anybody because I'm crazy. I'm gonna end up in jail.
So
just tell me ahead of time.
No, but if you said, who's this girl? I'd be like, well, I slept with her a couple weeks ago. Is what it is. I wouldn't lie about it, but I definitely wouldn't be coming home saying, hey, I did this, that, because I don't think that's necessary. Yeah. But if I got caught, I'd be like, yeah, this bitch, whatever.
I don't think she's meaning post, though. I think she means pre.
Tell me, hey, I'm going to Mexico.
Happens. I'm going to sleep with
Majority of the people are not okay with that. Majority of the women are not okay with that, and they're probably afraid of losing you.
I would much rather be okay with my man telling me, mentally being prepared and joining in if I want to, than to him just me up and finding out about it and me getting upset about it.
And that's very mature.
But you're different.
Hurting him physically. Like, I don't have confidence.
That's very mature. The reason most men lie is because they're afraid of losing.
Majority of the women are not okay with it.
Yeah. But y'all are okay with people cheating on you. Makes sense.
I was just gonna say, simply put, like the reality is 2 things. They're scared of losing a girl, and then the other issue is that most guys are not at the value where a woman will tolerate him stepping out and having sex with other women.
Yeah,
so it's a 2-pronged issue. It's number 1, the guy has a scarcity mindset, right? And he doesn't want to lose a girl. And then number 2, if he were to be honest with the girl and tell her, I want to fuck other bitches, or I want to do it, she'll probably leave because he does not have the necessarily acquired value to be able to exert that, I guess, that rule. Like, yo, I want to smash other chicks. Yeah. Because a lot of girls, let's be honest, especially in the West, think that they're special. I deserve everything, blah, blah, blah. No offense to the ladies here at the table, but, Western women tend to be a little bit more entitled and they feel that a man should be faithful to them, which you go to other parts of the world, it's not like that. Women kind of understand innately that guys, especially of a higher status, you're going to have to share them. But here in the West, since women make their own money and they're successful and etc., they think, well, I'm the same as a man. You shouldn't be cheating on me. And that's just not the way the world operates.
And also, let's be real here, right? Think about this. Mm-hmm. Women say they can handle the truth, but they really can't. Because let's say, for example, right?
Thank you.
Every guy told you, what are we going to do? You would say to yourself, what the fuck? Because you may say, okay, 1 or 2 I may handle. Every single time?
It depends, though. It depends on how mature you are and how your communication skills are. Because me, on the other end, I would much rather someone tell me ahead of time so I can either, like I said, join or fucking leave.
Okay,
but when it comes to disrespecting someone to the point to where you can stick your dick in someone without letting them know and then come back and stick your dick in them, I don't know how many diseases
let's say you're mature, right? I guarantee you, most women on the panel are not that mature to handle that. Because you might handle it. I tell you, 99% of the women can't handle it.
But let me give you another. Let me give you another frame. And you're right. You're extremely mature, and most women can handle that. But I give you another frame. What if the dude fucks? What if the dude? And I know this is going to sound crazy to you girls. What if the dude doesn't even think it's worth telling you to? Because I'm telling you, you underestimate how dudes can fuck girls and not give a shit.
You think we plan it?
You think it's planned?
No, I don't.
Like a dude could just be out and just like it's not. This isn't even worth a conversation. For the same reason you wouldn't give a conversation about dildo or masturbate. It's like, who cares? It's just like, why are we even going to discuss this by text? Like, the bitch, okay, done, all right. Who cares? Like, they don't care.
And it's never going to work the way you said, because like you said, for every woman who says that, 49 out of 50 don't mean it.
Exactly.
So when I say,
I'm not saying you don't mean it.
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't mean it. I'll take you at face value and I'll respect what you say because that's the kind of guy I am. But every woman who said that to me, I don't necessarily tell them, but I basically let myself get caught. I'm sitting there texting, she's looking over my shoulder. Well, who's that? You know what it is. None of your business. Yeah? I don't ever say tonight I'm doing this, but the girls will say this at the beginning of a relationship, and I leave myself open to getting caught. I'll leave hairbrushes and shit in my room. I'll look at it and I'll think, well, She said she was cool with it, so let me leave that hairbrush right there and see. You know,
But she's not.
Yeah, she's not. She's not.
Okay,
So it's the other women. Why we're not honest with girls like you is because it's the boy who cried wolf. They all say they're fine with it, but
until
I'm gonna break the
when-
third wall. You want to know why women say I want you to be honest with it? You guys really want to know why?
Say it.
Why?
Women always want to reserve the right to be able to disqualify you if you don't meet certain requirements up front.
There you go.
That's why.
Yep.
The reason
Well,
why women
yeah.
say I want you to be
If you're
honest.
in a relationship,
It's not because she really wants you to be honest. It's because she wants to quickly assess if you are going to put her in a compromising position where her emotions can get hurt. And she doesn't want to do that. So what's she going to do if you say, well, I'm just trying to fuck? No, I'm going to go deal with another guy that can give me a little bit more emotional investment so that I can get something back for my pussy. That's what it is. Women always want to reserve the right to disqualify you quickly if you don't meet their requirements. And the thing is this, women want the monopoly on manipulation. Let's keep it 1,000. Women game is manipulation. Guy game is showing status, whatever it is. And then maybe if you have some game, you can do manipulation. But most guys don't have the ability to manipulate. So women want to be able to reserve that right to have the monopoly on manipulation. But if a guy has game and he plays the same game a woman plays, aka manipulation, lies, oh, I love you, baby, it's okay, you're the only one, blah, 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 plays the same game, now the woman is fighting fire with fire. And women don't want to have women always want a decided advantage when it comes to dating and dealing with men. So that's why women want guys to be honest so that you can quickly disqualify him and he can't run game on you just like you're running game on him. And I know that sounds horrible for me to put it out there in words.
so y'all can run game, but we can't.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that women,
It's been like that the whole time.
but I'm saying that
I know, that's what I'm saying. If someone would tell me beforehand, like if I wasn't okay with it, I would
But-
go out there and do my damn thing, be out there fucking and everybody. But like, it's about respect and what you bring to the table. Like
But
you
that's
said
what I'm trying
earlier.
to say is that most women don't want to forfeit the monopoly on the ability to manipulate and run the game. Most girls run circles around guys, not the other way around. It's rare when a guy can run circles around a woman game-wise.
Yep.
And women don't want to ever be put in that position. That's why women have a serious issue with guys that cheat and or guys that aren't honest, because it takes your ability away to make an informed decision on what you want to do with the said man.
And that's what that's why I like Fresh and Fit. I just want to say, so every episode I've watched of this podcast, you got usually high value or at least beautiful women talking with high value men, and they discuss these things, and people are watching this, mind blown. But what you have to understand is 99% of society isn't anything that we're talking about. It's women pimping dudes.
Bam.
That's 99% of society. So Fresh and Fit brings a different kind of perspective to the conversation, because there's always high value dudes and beautiful women. That's not the way the world works. Every man you see out there buying groceries in Walmart, his ugly, fat 2 out of 10 wife is at home sucking the neighbor's dick, and men get screwed over day after day.
Yeah, men lose
all the time.
Men lose
all the time.
We talk. No, it's true. It's a good point. You talk about. Everyone talks about men being bad, but you have 1% of men. You have 1% of men, maybe 2% out here can be playboys. The majority of men are desperate to get anything they can get, and they'll do anything they can to hold on to it. There are more men who are lonely, suicidal. A woman will never truly be lonely. No matter how unattractive, how ugly your personality is, you can always get dick. There are men out here who are genuinely lonely. You don't understand the struggle of a man, because women want the best men in the world. You want the best men in the world. And as much as you will sit and say, I don't want to cheat, instinctively you will share the best man in the world, as opposed to have Joe Schmo. That's why these girls will go out and they'll fuck Chris Brown. They think Chris Brown's fucking loyal?
These hoes,
they
loyal.
don't care. They don't care. They're like, but he's Chris Brown. They don't, him being loyal doesn't cross their mind. So the truth about the biology of men and women, the truth about the biology is that for the longest period of human time, women shared top-tier males. The king had 100 wives, and the peasant men had 0. This is how we've been evolved. For the longest period of human time, women have literally evolved to look at a guy and go, you know what? That dude's worth sharing. And as much as you can deny that and say that the modern world's taught you different and you're independent, blah, 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 your biology deep down operates on that level. Otherwise, you wouldn't be chasing these sports stars. They're married. They're married. When you see a famous rapper, he's got chicks. You care? No, you don't care.
Drake.
This is the reality of the game. So when we talk about all these things, we make men sound bad. Tristan nailed it. The majority of men out here they can't do anything besides live a life and pray their chick doesn't just leave them for someone better.
Bam.
If you're working in KFC, you're a pretty normal dude. And the problem with being a normal dude is that now your chick fucks normal dudes, which means everybody's competition. So what?
If she goes to eat at KFC, you're gonna be worried because the KFC dude can get your girl.
She might go Burger King or Wendy's, and boom, you lost her, right? So it's different at the top as a man, but this is a very, very unique experience. And when we say things, we know that we can sometimes like grate on you chicks, etc. But you need to understand that the overall women are winning this war. You women run the world.
Yeah, you're killing us.
You run the world. You run the world, and the majority of men are just cucked out for their chick, praying for a bit of pussy once a year. So you women are running. You women are running it. You are running.
I say it all the time. Women are running circles around guys, which is why the popularity of this podcast has exploded, because there's no YouTube channels out there teaching women how to get guys, but there's a bunch of channels out there teaching guys how to get girls. Because for women, you guys play it on easy mode. Tristan, you have something? I saw you want to say something.
I was just saying, when we used to run our webcam studio, I know this full well, and we know how sad men are because we saw it firsthand. You keep in mind, these guys think they're talking to a girl alone in her bedroom. There's me, 4 female members of staff, and Andrew sitting behind 40 different live streams, watching every single one. And you think all these guys are saying, hey, get naked, show us your boobs, show us your tits. No, these guys are crying their eyes out. I should never have married my wife. Oh, I wish I had a beautiful woman like you. My wife won't even have sex with me anymore. I can't divorce her because I'll lose the kids. And it's therapy. I've had to, I swear on my father's grave, I've had to coach admins on talking dudes out of killing themselves or threatening suicide on webcam. Yep. So I've seen the dark side of the male reality. And of course, it's paying people like me, and we make millions of dollars from it because we're the tiny percentage that can harness that female energy and use it for our benefit. But it destroys men out in the real world.
Yeah, in the real world, men are getting wrecked. Men are getting wrecked.
And here's the thing, and this is such a refreshing conversation because I've always said it. You know, girls don't really care about your struggles, man. They just pick the best guys. It is what it is, and we're not here to have a pity party. We're not here to do that.
I know.
We're just here to give you guys another perspective that you might not know and or understand or can't understand, which is fair. Like, who cares? Women don't give a fuck about losers, and it's been that way. What, Andrew? What, like 40% of men have procreated since the beginning of time?
Since the beginning of time, women have never fucked losers.
Yeah.
Since the dawn of time. Listen, if you were living in caveman days, what would happen is you're chilling. You're chilling with your man. You look in the distance. You say, Ooga. Is that Tate? Ooga booga. I rock up with a club. Take your whole tribe out. Aikido, all 10 of them motherfuckers. I'll beat them all by myself. You become mine now. Now, you may be angry about it for about 15 minutes, but when you look around and see all them dead motherfuckers, you'd be like, you know what?
Bing bong.
He is the G.
And
that was easy.
And you win.
And you can't hunt. And you can't hunt.
You can't live without a man.
You better hang out with the big G.
That's right. So that's how it's always been. This is why the kings and the warriors had all these women. Right?
Bing bong.
And even now, you instinctively want an alpha. You talked about security. Security means that he can mess up a dude who tries to mess with you. Yep. That's it. If you saw the guy you trusted with security get his ass whooped, you wouldn't say
I'm
with
leaving.
him. Yeah,
I'm leaving. This is embarrassing.
This is human nature. So this goes all the way back. This is a perfect circle back to the very beginning of this podcast when I said, if you want a man who has everything, you have to accept there's probably going to be a degree of infidelity. I'm not saying he should treat you like shit. I'm not saying you shouldn't be number one. I'm not saying you shouldn't be special. I'm not saying he should take the piss and go too far. But if you want a man with every single quality, it's in his biology to a degree to not be loyal to you, because men of that caliber have never been loyal since the dawn of human fucking time.
Bam.
Yeah,
ever. And if you're going to be with a man like that, so you can go get any one of you beautiful girls can go out there and get Joe Schmo tomorrow, and he'll be as loyal as you could ever hope for. He'll give you his phone password. He'd never talk to another girl. He'll get down on one knee in a few months and start begging, please marry me, like a little punk.
Instead, you're sitting here tonight on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Case closed.
Instead, you're going to be rolling in a Lambo with some dude, and 6 months into the relationship, you'll be like, what do you think of marriage? You'll be like, don't believe in marriage.
Fresh.
And you'll be like,
congrats, by the way.
And you'll be like, bro. You'll be like, okay, where are we going tonight? And you're going to go and have your fucking nice night. So that's your choice. And that's your choice, which is biologically driven. And the sooner you look in the mirror and understand that your biology is speaking to you to accept certain things, the sooner you can accept them and be a happier individual. Because I'm telling you, you can have a very happy relationship with a very high quality man who occasionally fucks some pussy, and everyone can get the fuck over it, and everyone can be happy.
Bam.
That's how it goes.
So I have a question. I have a quick question.
Wait. Let other girls have questions. Do you guys have anything you want to add?
No, I want to say something. So like the 1%, I get it. I understand they are high value.
Yes.
And like it comes with conditions. But is there a happy medium between the loser that you guys talk about and the 1%, because honestly, not everybody can handle 1% type of guy. Not everybody can handle those conditions. So therefore, a lot of women out here are not fucking with 1%.
Agreed. I agree with you 100%. And yes, I would say there is a happy medium. But if you're going to be a woman with the happy medium kind of guy, you also have to be strong enough and woman enough to accept that you're going to go through your life seeing better dudes. And you're going to have to make sure you don't go anywhere fucking near him. But if you're going to look and say, look, I've got a guy, he's good enough, but he's loyal to me, that dude on every single possible human metric probably outperforms my man. But you know what? Fuck it. This guy, he's been good to me. If you can do that, good. But most women don't think that way. Most women don't operate on that way. They operate in shit. I know him from TV. He's this, he's that. Fuck it.
But
it's a different programming. Look, we talk about losers and stuff. Low-level guys still get laid and they still get girlfriends. We're just saying that their relationships aren't worth having. That's what I'm saying.
And I want to say this too. Oh, go ahead, Andrew. Andrew, you have something else before I was
No, carry on.
I was just going to say the most destructive advice is what those two girls gave y'all earlier, which is, well, he went around and fucked a bunch of girls, so I should be able to run around and fuck a bunch of guys. And that's probably some of the most destructive advice you can get. And a lot of modern day women subscribe to that. City Girls, Nicki Minaj, etc., Cardi B. But it's kind of funny to me because Cardi B now is married and she's not doing any of that fuck shit.
Cooking and cleaning behind the scenes.
You know what I'm saying?
Offset recorded her.
Yeah.
And she didn't want her little baby watching her videos at all.
Yeah. So even though women say that, it sounds good to say, fuck niggas, get money, blah, blah, blah. I'm here to get a bag, whatever.
Cope.
It's cope. And not only that, women are not programmed to sport fuck their way around multiple guys. They're just not. Men can do it without an issue. Women can't though. So when women give that advice, it's extremely destructive because you might lose a guy that's worth something. It's by sucking off some other guy that isn't on his level. Now you lost access to that guy with girlfriend privileges. Now you're going to go back to
and it's you're completely. Myron nailed it. And also another point that's really important. It's not even just about losing guys, etc. I will stick by this point. A woman cannot sport fuck her way through life without taking psychological damage.
Yes.
You will be psychologically damaged if you just start fucking dudes here, there, and everywhere. And once again, this goes back to your biology. Look, you have to look at humans in two different ways. We have the societal version of the human, which is how society teaches us, and we have the evolutionary biological version of the human, how we've evolved to be. If a woman had sex with a man, there's a strong chance you'd get pregnant. If you got pregnant, you would die without a man, right? This is in the caveman days, right? You needed a man, you got pregnant, you need someone to fucking hunt and stuff.
Millennia programming.
This is programming. So your programming was, if you had sex with a man, to be attached to him. You want him near, you want him close, you want him around you, right? Because he has to protect you. You might be pregnant. The idea that you can run around now and sleep with all these dudes and feel zero emotional attachment to any of them ever is hard cope. That's you trying to trick your brain and watch enough new age crap. You can run around and fuck a bunch of guys. And it's not going to affect you emotionally in any way. The saddest, most miserable women of the world are women who are sluts. All of them. They are unhappy. They're unhappy because there's something inside of them that they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. They don't feel right within themselves. I know girls who slept with one or two dudes, and maybe the dude they're with, maybe he ain't perfect, maybe he does this, does that, maybe he cheats, whatever. But they look at their man with such admiration because they haven't had enough dicks to lose that old school pure. Remember when you were in love when you were 15? That shit's still alive for them chicks. And that's why a low body count is important for a girl. A man's completely different. We're dark triad.
Selena tries to shame them for having. You guys are all pick-me's. Sluts always shame girls that have low counts.
When I heard this girl talking shit, so I was behind the scenes. I wasn't even on this. I was listening to this girl talk.
Yeah,
I always do. So, when I was listening to this girl talking her nonsense on this podcast, she was like, "Yeah, I could be the girl who gets money, and you're the girl who's stuck at home, blah blah blah." But here's the thing: look, men and women, we all get old. Time is the fire in which we all burn. And I'm telling you, the woman who she's making fun of for staying home while she's in the club, when how old was she? 41.
She's like 28.
It doesn't matter. Here's my point. Give her 7 more years.
Yeah.
7 more years, and she's going to be lonely.
5
with lower and lower quality men. The woman she's laughing at, who is at home, will be older and uglier and less attractive, and so will her man, because that's what happens to people. We all age. But that woman will be with 2 kids. She's not going to be thinking, I need a bag. Her husband's taking care of her. She's got her 2 beautiful children, and she's living a life that is worth living for a 40-year-old, a 45-year-old, and a 50-year-old woman. Then she gets her grandkids, and her progression of being a woman through life continues. This girl is going to burn out. And if she somehow does manage to get pregnant from somebody and tricks his ass, he ain't going to want nothing to do with her. There's no happy family life. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for this kind of setup. So yeah, in the short term, she's in the club and the other girl isn't. But give that 10 years and look at your situation honestly, and tell me who's happy and who isn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, man, and I want to say this too because the other girl was like, I was like, because you said, oh, I broke up with my guy, and I said, oh, that's not the smartest thing. You want to get married young, and the other girl, the weird chick, she was like, well, why? Like, you're not married right now, and I'm like, Jesus, man, like, like with women, like men age. If men do the work, we age like wine. If women, even if y'all do the work, you're still going to lose value as you get older. I hate to say it. Like a woman that's 35 that's attractive is never going to be able to compete with a woman that's 25 and attractive. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like men like youth and beauty, just like you want a guy that's tall and has money. So when she said that, I was like, you know, this is destructive advice that modern day women give each other. Like, oh, just push back marriage. It's okay. No big deal. And it's like, no, bro, you can't compete. You know, Mother Nature gives you your gifts. Father Time takes them away as a woman. That's the reality.
That's kind of like the conversation that we were having a few months ago, where it was the older you get as a woman, the more your chances dwindle of having of being married, of having a child,
your negotiating power,
because
your leverage goes down.
Right. Nobody's gonna want to have a kid with you when you're 36. Or like, or want to marry.
If you even want to bring a kid, it'll be tough.
It's like your chances of being married at or getting married at 36 and having a kid dwindle versus being 25. You know what I mean? And getting married.
Just to wrap up on this point, do you know how I know that women instinctively know that a low body count is beneficial? Because have you ever seen a chick and a chick argue? You know what? Do you know what the first thing a woman calls a woman she doesn't like?
Slut.
You're a fucking slut. You're a hoe.
You're a hoe.
Oh, so now having a bunch of dick is bad because you don't like that girl. So, but then you're a city girl. I like a bunch of dick. So women know instinctively that being a slut ain't a great thing.
Damn,
they
son, where'd you find this?
Okay, super chats and then last thoughts here.
Yeah, no,